Drills Talk, episode 38. In this episode, we're going to discuss the top 5 reasons the music industry is an entrepreneur's paradise. This is based off of a blog I wrote in the past entitled The State of the Music Industry. So, I'm a musician. I write, I produce, I rap, I do everything in music. I really wanted to have a show specifically about the state of hip hop and how it's like so catered to entrepreneurs now. I remember when I was younger and I was thinking about, how would I get in the industry? I don't know such and such, and I would need to know somebody to get in. And now it's like I don't need to know anybody. Of course, it helps to know people, but you don't need to do it. You can be you, and you can build from here all the way to the top. Let's discuss. Drills Talk, episode 38. In this episode, we're going to discuss the top 5 reasons the music industry is an entrepreneur's paradise. Before we get started, please like, subscribe. Every Monday here, we have a new blog. Every Wednesday, new vlog, Drills Talk. Every Friday, we have a new beat produced by me. Please rock with me, show your love. Everyone who's already been with me, thank you. Those who are about to rock with me, welcome. Let's get started. Number 1. Number 1 is no one has any idea what they're doing. No one. People who have hits on the radio have no clue how they're gonna get to hit number 2. They just don't know. No one knows. Executives don't know. They'll hear something and say, okay, well, that's what's playing now. Let me go mimic it, and hopefully that sticks. Or, the up-and-comer saying, oh, I hear this other dude, my favorite artist, has a lot of ad-libs, so I have to stay in the studio and come up with 100 ad-libs so I can find my one. No one knows what they're doing. The producers, okay, what's hot right now? Everybody, I think, in my opinion, and, I'm really strong on my opinion because I make music, people are really not being artists anymore. I mean, they just don't know how to be an artist. An artist, let's think of a sense of a painter in this, this time in this sense. They're not thinking about what other people are painting. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how it works. When I have a blank canvas, which is basically me sitting in the studio staring at a screen without a beat playing, I'm not thinking about what others are making. Like, I'm not even sure what I'm going to make, really. When I'm sitting down, that's not how I operate. A lot of people they sit down and they have a beat in their head. That happens sometimes, but very rarely. But me, I'm sitting down and I'm like, I got to get a groove going. I just have to start a little something and I go from there. I don't know what genre it's going to be. I don't know what feel it's going to have. I don't know what the tempo is going to be. I don't think you can go into an art of any kind with a set up mind of, okay, well, you know what? I need to make a beat like this. A lot of people, you're on YouTube, so you see a lot of type beats and, blah, 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 type beat and whatever. Like, they've already done that. We don't need a, such and such, put your artist name here type beat. For what? Like, you can tell me, R&B type beat, rap, hip hop beat or whatever, but I don't want to mimic what's already out there. I'm an artist. Like how cool would it be if all artists did was just like mimic famous artists from the past? Like, would that be cool? Would that be interesting? Looking at the same picture over and over again, you probably haven't thought about it like that. But that's what we're doing when we listen to the radio, and it's like 4 songs I've played, 3 of them sound the same. It's like, it's 4 different artists, but 3 of the artists sound the same, and you had that one different song, but that different song sound like the song you heard yesterday. It's like there's no art there. And executives have rendered themselves useless because of the, digital age and the fact that, me or anybody who wants to start, a label can start one. They can record their music if they have a home studio. They can, mix and master their music. They can put it online and have it online. No red tape. I don't need to know anybody. I can promote it myself. I can make sure I get paid. I can sign up with whoever I would need to sign up with to make sure I have my money. So that could be ASCAP, BMI, and it's multiple now, but that was pretty much the choice when I started. And why would I need a big corporation that's going to say, hey, we got you. we're going to give you this $500,000 up front, but you're going to owe us and you have to recoup that. And the way they know the language of the contract is, I never do. I'm just signing up for debt. And every dollar I spend is a dollar of mine. I'm not spending the record label's money. I'm spending my money, and I have to then recoup that. But I have to recoup that in these new 360 deals, which is like, okay, 360 total circle, meaning that whatever money I make, that label is now getting a piece of it. How am I ever going to recoup that money? How am I ever going to make that money? Like, used to be able to go on shows and you get all that money. Not anymore. Now, whatever percentage I said that I was going to share, or what the company was going to be taken out now. So that 100% of the $10,000 or $20K or whatever you're making per show, if you get big, could be over 100 to 200 to a million if you're huge. 30% of that, 40% of that can be going to the record company. And for how long? It depends on what your agreement is. The 360 deal, it's not always about recouping. It's, okay, you recouped, but we get 30% of your shows. We get 30% of your merchandise. We get 30% of that YouTube channel you started, whatever income comes in from that. We get 30% of the stuff you sell on your Instagram page. What? Why? No one knows what they're doing. Number two, there are no rules. So when people don't know what they're doing, it's usually because there are no rules. So no structure or limited structure, you can pretty much come in and do whatever you want to do, right? So no rules means that whatever the old, let's say, the 90s or the aughts, 2000 to 2009, whatever the rules were then, those are no longer the rules. I don't need to, this is not even for the better. I don't need to hone my skills. I don't need to work hard. I don't need to learn music theory. I don't need to, do this and that. I don't need to train. I don't need to learn how to perform. I can just jump up and down, go back and forth on stage. And that's what people are doing. And because there are no rules, if the song is catchy enough and maybe catches the ears of enough people, they don't have to do any of that. And of course the music suffers, but that's the state of the industry right now. But also on the flip side, on the good side, you have people who are strictly independent, like 100% independent, and they built from the ground up. They built their fan base. And of course they started with 1 and 2 people following them, and then it grew to 10 and 5,000 to 10,000 to 100,000. 100,000 people following you for an independent artist nowadays is a lot of people. That's like a godsend. People would die for that. You get 100,000 people. If you go into shows, each person's bringing a friend or two. You go into the concert, and now you can potentially get 2 more fans. You can turn that 100,000 to 300,000, with one tour. And that's the idea. That's the hustle now. It's like I do everything myself, or me and my team and myself. I don't need, insert whatever big label you think is a big label in here. I don't need them. They'll come calling, of course, if I'm big enough. If I did all this by myself, why do I need them again? Like, unless you want some huge windfall of money, and you're like, okay, well, they're going to give me $1 million, or they're going to give me $3 million. I can make that money, but $3 million now or $3 million over the next 5 years as an independent artist. And that's up to you, whatever your situation may be. But it feels good and empowering that you don't need to sign that anymore. It's not a mandate. There's no rules. So it's an entrepreneur's paradise because you can sit and think and say, how can I stand out? Which is actually not that hard because most people are not even trying to stand out, as we touched on in the first and beginning of the video. How can I stand out? How can I build a fan base? How can I make something and get people's attention and show them that it's worth watching? And whatever that is, whatever your idea is, go out and try it. Because you know what? No one knows anything, and it may work. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. Don't let anybody tell you that, oh, well, nobody's ever did it. Perfect. It's even better if no one's ever did it. Remember, you have a blank canvas, and you're the artist. You're painting something. You're not trying to mimic anything anybody else has. There are no rules. Remember that. Do your thing. Number three is multiple methods of entry. Now, the music business is a business. It's not all about music. There's other things. So if you love music and you want to be in music and you say, I have an entrepreneurial spirit, I have an entrepreneurial spirit. Like, I can do this, but I don't make music. Nope, don't make music. I don't produce music. Nope. Don't mix. Nope. Don't master. No. But I like music. Okay, so what you can do, you can find artists. You can find producers. You can put them together. You can sign them to a label you create, and you can get in there. There's no prerequisites. You don't got to go to school for it. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is find the talent, put them together, and make the music. So you can be that glue. You can be that glue, and because you're that glue, you can be the man. You can be the boss. Or you can just say, you know what, I'm not interested in running a label. I would just like to be a manager. I can find people and put them together, and I can get, a nice 10%, 15% cut on, what they make. You can do that also. There's plenty of entries. You know what? I'm one of the smart guys. I went to school and I got a law degree. Well, you know what? You can be an entertainment lawyer, and you can stop these artists from signing these terrible 360 deals or just terrible deals in general. I mean, you got huge artists like Kanye West fighting and throwing tantrums because he's stuck in a bad deal, threatening not to make any more music. And it's like, that's Kanye West. I mean, it's not many artists, hip hop artists, bigger than him. And he's fighting and doing things to Grammys that you shouldn't do, but he's doing them because he's so angry and he's stuck. An entertainment lawyer could have saved him. I don't know what type of money they gave him to sign that deal. And of course, it's way more than what I was talking, the 500, a million, 3 million. It was up there, probably 20 million, probably 50 million, who knows? But whatever it was, kind of handcuffed him. And right now he's in a bad situation. So entertainment lawyer, you want to do that, you can get in and do that. You can be a stylist. You can make people look fly. A lot of people is like, hey, I'm a rapper, but I'm not a dresser. But you can dress them. You can do makeup. You can do anything. There's so many things that you can do to get into this industry. It's, again, an entrepreneur's dream. You can do whatever it is you feel you want to do. You can say, okay, well, I'm the one that can create your merch, and you just give me a percentage of the merchandise that you sell. I can create T-shirts. I can create coffee mugs. I can do logo designs. I can do, videos. I can do the videography. I can do your photography. I can take all the pictures. I'm a graphic designer. You can get in. You know how to use Photoshop? You can get in. You know how to edit a video? You can get in. Anything you can do, you can get in. So don't feel as if, okay, I don't have no musical talent. I don't know if I'm going to get in here. I don't know how I'm going to get in. There are plenty of entries. You can do it. Think and then do your thing. Number 4. Number 4 is there's multiple crossover streams of income. So let me explain that because it's real wordy. So there's a lot of ways you can make money after making money in music. So let's just take the musician, for instance. I'm a musician, very popular. I have people listening to my music. I have people who know me. Okay, I'm going to hold this thing in my hand. It could be a can. It could be, a T-shirt. It can be whatever the females are pushing now on Instagram to lose weight. It could be that, right? Because I'm holding that, I'm getting money, right? That's another stream of income. All right, I'm a popular artist. I don't really feel like performing. This person hit me up on the phone and said, hey, I would like you to come to my club. You don't have to perform because we don't have the budget for that. Okay, you don't have the budget, so what do you want me to do? Well, I just want you to do a walkthrough. I just want you to, show up. I'm going to put you on the flyer. I'm not going to say you perform. I'm just going to say you're going to be there, and I can give you such and such, $5,000 and $10,000. Okay, how long do I have to stay? Well, I want you to be there at least 3 hours. We're open for 5 hours. I need you to be there at least 3. Done, right? That's another stream of income. Commercials, movies, TV shows, of course. There's so many things that you can do in crossover. Of course, you can get into clothing and you can have your own clothing line, or you can, endorse someone else's clothing line. Either way, that's money in your pocket. You can, get into cars and say, okay, well, hey, if you go to such and such, do a radio on the radio commercial and say, hey, man, just tell them that such and such sent you. And every time somebody goes to that line, they say such and such sent, you get, 3% of that car sale or 5% of that car sale. And that adds up, and that's easy money. You've done nothing really. It's just another stream of income, an entrepreneur's dream, right? This is why people get into music. Of course, some people love it, like me. I love music. I'm going to do music until I die. But it's some people that treat it as a business, and I understand this. So if you are treating it as a business, understand that when you succeed in it, you have to branch out. You have to get that even bigger. How can I stay around longer, right? Yes, of course, you can start a label and have artists of your own, and that can, make yourself around and relevant for a longer time. But you can also transition that into film and TV, as 50 Cent did, right, with Power and the Power series that's going on now. What is it? Power Book 2, Ghost. Yeah, so he has like 5 of those coming out now, and that's just from one show. He has other shows also. You got Jay-Z, and Jay-Z's into like everything, right? What is he not into? He got into sports. He loves sports. Okay, well, I'm going to start a, sports management team. And of course, because I'm Jay-Z, I'm going to get big chip, blue chip, guys to sign with me. And he did. He actually helped, the Nets come to Brooklyn. He, was the face of that. And then after they came and he did his job, he left. Why stick around? Like, he didn't need to do that. And he made a profit on what he owned then, and what the Nets are now worth because they're in Brooklyn. Is just money on top of money, just for being you, just for success. Diddy got his, Ciroc, right? You have a lot of, the ladies in the hip hop industry going into clothing and perfume, and you have Rihanna with the lingerie. It's just a crazy, crazy way of just manipulating things and manipulating your stardom or your buzz at the time, and just getting more and more money. It's amazing. Get into it. What you waiting for? Number 5. Number 5 is you can build from nothing. So this is the best part of being an entrepreneur is, you usually start with absolutely nothing. I have no money. I don't know anybody, but I have aspirations, and that's enough in the music industry. I told you that you can go and find your own people. I told you you can always network. Of course, you don't have a lot of money, so you can get on Instagram and network for free, right? Everybody's not going to answer your direct message, but some people will. Put some of your work, whatever it is that you do, on your page, and hit up somebody who you enjoy. Some people are, posting their music on there, or they have a link and you say, hey, man, I checked out your music. I liked it. This is what I do. You want to link up. Right now neither of us have any money, right? So let's just work together. I don't have any money to give you. You don't have any money to give me. Let's link up and make it. Like, I've worked with producers in that. And of course, yes, I'm a producer myself, but I've worked with producers. It's like, look, I'm going to work on this song. You send me the beat. I'll write the song. I'll produce the song. I'll mix the song. I'll master the song. I'll let you hear it. We'll split the song 50-50. That's more than fair. No money changed hands, right? It was just time on his part or her part for the beat, time on my part for recording and mixing and mastering. And now we have a product that we can put out in the world and make money on it for the rest of our life. And we each own 50% of it. Entrepreneur's paradise, right? Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Drills Talk episode 38. This is the top 5 reasons the music industry is an entrepreneur's paradise. It's drills.com. Check this shit out. It's Drills.